What's up, guys? So, these last couple of days, I've realized how unsafe it is to play Call of Duty. For the simple fact is, the company is compromised and the hackers are controlling the whole Call of Duty lobbies. Every single match that I was in had a lot of hackers, mostly hackers that were on the Warzone, hackers that are in the multiplayer, just basically taking over the whole game. And it's really sad that this company cannot have a hold on these hackers. They ruin the gaming experience, but they can have so much emphasis and so much attention to detail on their store just to make more money. This should tell you guys something. I am honestly thinking about uninstalling Call of Duty as a whole, or the games that truly are causing me to have a lot of heartache, headache, just everything in general, not enjoying myself. And as I was looking at my list of games and all the games that they offer, every single game, in my opinion, just has this same concept in mind, this same platform format. There's nothing really new. I was impressed by the Death Stranding 2 boss scene. I was watching Blade Soldier's video. Shout out to Blade Soldier. He said he's having a blast playing the game, and I'm really happy for that. Me personally, I do believe that I have a somewhat a dependency on Call of Duty from all these years of playing, and it's only started since 2018. And it's turned into nothing more than a almost like a habit that you're trying to break, you know, like if you're eating fast food, if you're drinking, if you're smoking, all that kind of stuff. Call of Duty is no different. It is a game that is meant to stimulate the adrenaline in your mind and make you feel like if you don't play the game that you're missing out on something special, when in all reality, they have you line, sink, and hook. And that is the dilemma that we're facing today. And I'm not going to say that I'm the only one. There's a lot of people that are just primarily hooked on this game, hooked on buying from the store, and just not seeing the big picture of what it's doing to your health and just your everyday sustenance of what fuels you. So I'm making this video. I'm addressing it to everybody in the community. I'm addressing it to everybody that watches my videos. I do see a change in my behavior when I'm playing the game. I say some things that I really don't want to say, but I'm really hurt. The only reason why I'm saying that is because I'm hurt. There's too many people just mentally, psychologically trying to hurt you in a game that you're just trying to play. They are literally playing the game to hurt people's feelings. Like, they're hell bent on making sure that you feel like you are not important in life. And I think that's going to stop in my genre of gaming, just for the simple fact is that just trying to have fun with my friends, and I always find myself just lost in the maze of everything. And don't get me wrong, like, Call of Duty's fun, but it also is time consuming, mind consuming, and psychologically it is money consuming over the next 5 to 10 years. When we buy this game every single year, they're making a huge profit, and they're not even doing anything to make us wowed by the new experiences. I do believe Black Ops 7 is just going to be some form of upgrade from Black Ops 6, but I don't think it's going to be something that is truly going to make us want to come back, even the old community. I do believe that after GTA 6 releases, that the Modern Warfare 4 game is going to be huge emphasis on making sure that the game is completed and there is no bugs and errors. Remember, when GTA 6 is out, nobody's going to want to play Call of Duty. Nobody's going to want to play any other game. So just take this heat of words, this warning, that when GTA 6 releases, Call of Duty is going to have a flux of people going to GTA 6. So they have to make a game that is so so how do I say it? The game is so um, convincing that it will be a better game, a better generation of Call of Duty, and just everything that will make us feel like this is the best Call of Duty we've ever played ever. They want to bring us back so we feel like there's nothing better. The problem with Call of Duty is the way they make the game. When you go to play other video games, you don't feel motivated to play other games through because there's this sense of everything else just being slow motion. Everything else is just doesn't hit the way Call of Duty does. Everything else is just a boring gaming experience. But they created this game to overthrow the human mind, the psyche of how to think rationally, and just to enjoy everything as a whole. Call of Duty, in my opinion, I've learned about it that it's just turned into a game of sheer influence over everything else, sheer power over the domination of buying things. I was getting so slapped today in the Rebirth Island with my friends that I almost thought about using my stupid COD points just to buy the Beavis and Butthead skin. But I said to myself, the moment I buy those skins, I am no longer, my integrity is gone because I told you guys I won't buy anything from the game. But I was that close to buying from the store that I just says, you know what? Nope, I'm not doing it because it is a huge reputation switch. It's a huge reputation twist. So my reputation on YouTube is more important than the reputation of Call of Duty getting their fix. And so yeah, I'm making this video because not only am I stuck in this Call of Duty dilemma, this tunnel, but there's many of my friends in the community that's all we play is Call of Duty. And it's just sad that this game has turned out to be a cash grab. They might as well just call it Casino Duty because that's all they're on duty. They're on duty for Casino Watch, for how much money they can make. And this recent layoffs that these recent layoffs that Microsoft has imposed on these employees that have been so fixed on their games, and they have put so much work into these games. It is just a sure, it's a sure proof that this company is not to be trusted. It is not to be looked at as a future growth of a establishment. It is meant to see how much money they can make, and then when the money is already made, instead of promoting your hard work, they let you go because you did your part at that time, and that's all they were looking for. They are looking to cash in at the sake of your denial of employment, your future of retirement, your future of growth. But they have the audacity to give you all these different tools and tips on how to cope with your layoff, with your basically it's a nice way of saying you're fired, basically. So with that being said, we all in life struggle when it comes to work and what are we going to do. But I can assure you this is if you focus on your own growth and your own potential, you will outgrow these companies, you will outgrow these corporations that just tend to feed off of your blood and greed and money, and then when they can't get any more out of you because you're so drained and so deranged from the whole operation of a company, then they think you're not fit for work anymore. So with that being said, I like making these videos. I think it's going to be time for me to just talk about this on the regular. As of right now, I'm just on a sheer change of my own growth, and I'm starting to learn that my vlogging is probably going to make me more popular on my YouTube channel than my Call of Duty live streams. So from now on, I'm going to change it up. We're going to talk about a lot of things. We're going to talk about, what's going on in the news and the media. We'll even involve some politics, but I can tell you this, right now, something is just very strange with everything that's going on. I can honestly say there's a lot of lies and there's a lot of misguided trust. There is a lot of skepticism. There is a lot of hypocrisy. And there is a lot of antithesis where you're trying to figure out the whole systematics of everything, but right now everything is just thrown like two worlds colliding. And what we learned just recently is that it's hard to trust people that you would expect to tell you the truth. That's the honest truth. Something happened to me today. I'm not going to talk about it right now, but I am infuriated because it involved one of my personal possessions that I own that was mistreated, and now I'm in a situation where I might have to take legal action. But in the meantime, there's a lot more worse things going on in people's lives, and I don't want to get deep into it. Unless you want to know more of my personal life and what goes on in my personal life, because outside of gaming, I think I need this type of exposure. I think my channel needs to grow so much more, and I need to speak of these things. I need to talk about things that truly matter, because I think that's what people are looking for. Because I was recently doing my job at a gas station, and I was talking to another person, and they told me, they're like, "Why are you a gasoline tanker driver? You should be a speaker. You should be someone that changes the world and influences people, because you have this power inside of you." And I said, simply because if I do that, my words are going to lead to a target on my head, because of the fact that I won't hold back, I won't mince words, I will basically say what I need to say at the sake of losing everything, my channel, my reputation. And it's a very scary thing, because sometimes people can truly see you as a powerful force, and they will do everything they can to create some kind of lie, some kind of story, some kind of scandal, anything. So that's the world we live in today. We have to be aware that when we're truly standing up for what's right, there will be people in this world that will literally try to discredit everything, will try to flip around the story, and will try to get us in so much trouble and make other people believe that what they're saying is the truth, when all your life you've been telling the truth and nothing but the truth. But there are people out there that are actually they're actually employed by the secret, I would say, the secret societies, the shadow government, just people in general. There are people that are employed to try to create your downfall, just because you're trying to stand for what's right. And it's very sad that we live in a day and age where corporations are running our brains, fueling us, and basically telling us what makes us happy. Is it Call of Duty? Is it gaming? Is it the world we live in today? Is it social media? I'm going to tell you something. When I start making these videos on the regular, I'm going to get deep into the realm of what has been sitting inside of me for a long time. And when I start letting everything out, people are going to realize that this is no joke. This guy is willing to lay it all up on the line just for the people to know the truth, because I want my channel to grow, but I also want to be credible, and I want to be known that if I ever do become mainstream, popular, and the sponsors come, I am not going to compromise our family lifestyle connection, our community. I'm not going to compromise that. That's an honest answer. Even if they're throwing huge amounts of money at me, I'm going to look at it as, is it more viable for me to make tons of money and then to be a different person, or is it more viable for me to reach up to the top without compromising my integrity and my soul and all that sorts? That's everything that Hollywood, a lot of people in Hollywood realize that the only way they could get ahead is if they lie, cheat, and steal, and commit adultery and all kinds of things just to make it up to Hollywood. So now we're living in a day and age where everything is being exposed, but also everything is being covered back up, put in the box. So we need to understand something when it comes down to everyday decisions. Are you going to trust your own instincts? Are you going to trust your own soul? Are you going to trust your own intuition? Or are you going to trust other people that are have a track record of just lying, manipulating, and creating all kinds of propaganda? So what I need to say is this. I just want you guys to know that in the end, Jesus said that all this is going to happen, that deception was going to be the name of the game in the last days. everything that you hear and see on TV, on the news, in social media, your favorite content creators, you have to be able to discern everything, just like business analytics. You need to discern everything to make sure that everything that you're hearing and seeing is true to its word, and um, you can't trust everything just because someone telling you it's true. You can't trust it. You have to just rely on your own intuition. Your intuition will tell you everything about what you know. Your antennae will detect when there is something that is not right. So, Stealth Dragon for Life is my channel. As of right now, I'm very devastated that Call of Duty is just on a plateau, going down into the deep waters, and worse than a submarine that loses its control. It's just really bad because we want to enjoy the game, we can't. So I'm going to be honest with you, and I'm going to say this. This is a game that we have to eventually realize that we can't play the game as much as we think, because it's not safe, it's not healthy, and it's going to lead people into lots of anger and frustration, and just a lot of things that's going to make you feel like you're not fulfilled because you're trying to play a game to fill the void. Where I think talking about everything is going to make my channel grow significantly. So tell me what you think about this video, share it, comment, hit the like button, and I just want you guys to know I really do appreciate all the support. Thank you, I love you all, and I will see you guys on my next vlog. Stealth Dragon for Life.